What's up, guys? Yeah, sorry I haven't been putting out a watch list video. My son's school called yesterday and said he spiked another fever, and so we actually had to go pick him up from school, and I've been dealing with that, trying to juggle that and work. What's up, guys? Oh, gotta mute my computer or you'll hear an echo. But yeah, my son's sick again, so he's home from school again today. Alright, so I'm watching HEAR, which is Turtle Beach, I believe. This thing is gapping up a huge amount from 694 to 1132. Also watching VTVT, gapping up from 171 to 230. Watching CLNE, which is at 225 from 191. Watching RESN, gapping up from $4.20 to 478. Also watching CVNA, gapping up from 24.76 to 29.15. RUN, another one I'm watching, gapping up from 983 to 1075. MRAM, big gap but low volume, but it's gapping up from 742 to 981. SNCR gapping down from 969 to 8, and NUAN gapping down from 1528 to 1311. So we got some gappers this morning. Hopefully I can trade a decent amount of these. What's up, D. Evan, Matt, Astra, Ronald, Wilkin, NYC, PK? BLNK again. Yeah, we'll see what BLNK can do. Kind of been having a crazy few days. I don't know if I really want to mess with it. I mean, it's moving a lot, you know, the last few days, but I just don't know if I really want to mess with it. I don't think I'll be able to trade it, first off, but I don't know if I really want to mess with it aside from that. Yeah, I'm definitely watching VTVT. Alright, so let's see if any of these are actually tradable. Hopefully I'll get a few that are. Alright, so let's look at some of these. First one is HEAR. Right. HEAR is tradable. Awesome. So HEAR I can trade. VTVT, I don't think I can trade this one if I remember correctly. Nope, not tradable. VTVT. CLNE is tradable, so that's nice to see. RESN is not. So far half of these four are tradable. 2 out of 4 are tradable on TradeNet. CVNA is not tradable, unfortunately. That's weird. RUN is tradable. MRAM is tradable. SNCR is tradable. NUAN is tradable. Okay, so let's see. I gotta be missing one. All right, so let's look to see if we can find anything else that's actually moving. Yeah, I'm definitely trade the trend. I'm definitely watching for a short with it. Yesterday was not a great day for shorts. I actually broke my green streak yesterday. Yesterday was the first losing day I've had since, man, what was it? It was like either, I think it was Tuesday of last week. So yesterday was my first red day since then. And yesterday makes it, let's see, what was it? 2 out of 9 days have been red days. The rest have all been green. So 7 out of 9 trading days have been green. 2 have been red. And so I'm trying to keep track of how I do on each specific day and everything. Alright, so I'm checking stock twit, see if I can find anything else that's moving right now. Kind of look to see what everybody else is watching. Let me know if you guys see anything else that's not on my list. Let's see. MDR. You can see MDR is getting a pretty big volume spike here. I'm curious as to why MDR may be doing this, but it's something I'm going to watch as well. ARMO, which is very, very strange. I'll have to look up ARMO. Look how weird this one is. It looks like an acquisition for sure, or a merger. It's sitting right here. I mean, it hasn't really moved since then, but it's hard to tell just because it's been up so much already. Very strange with AMRO. Anybody know what's going on? There's also ABIO. ARMO. Anybody know what's going on with ARMO? Looks very strange. Watching ABIO, I doubt it's tradable on TradeNet, but it looks okay. May look to get into it on Robinhood. And I also recently added some money back to my Ustock account. Like I said before, I kind of use Ustock as like a bank account because the withdrawals are quick. There's also EVHC. Watching EVHC. What else? Roku. Roku moving a lot as well. HMNY. GSAT. HMNY is down a ton. GSAT moving some. DVAX. NCTY. NCTY is probably one of the most interesting ones out of all of these, but TRIP. Yeah, I remember I was watching TRIP yesterday. I'm just surprised this one held these big gains. I mean, I think most of the gappers were earnings play yesterday, and so I guess it's kind of risky to try to short earnings plays. But we'll see what some of these do today. Trying to give them some time. All right, so let's look up to see why some of these are moving. First one is HEAR. That's probably the biggest mover today. All right, so Turtle Beach reports record first quarter 2018 results and significantly increases 2018 outlook. And so HEAR is up big on good first quarter results, which is Turtle Beach. So you can see this one in the top left, HEAR is Turtle Beach, and it's up huge. Next, we're looking at CLNE. All right, so CLNE total buys 25% stake in Clean Energy Fuel Corporation for 83.4 million. So total. All right, so French oil and gas company Total SA will buy a 25% stake in U.S.-based Clean Energy Fuels Corporation, CLNE. So a French oil and gas company is buying a 25% stake in CLNE, and you can see it's gapping up about 33 cents because of that. All right, next one we're looking at is EVHC. EVHC is one I'm still looking up. Alright, so it sounds like EVHC was good earnings as well. It was also raised, the price target was also raised to $48 from $46 by Canaccord Genuity. And so EVHC good earnings, raised price target. Next one I'm looking at is RESN. You can see the one on the bottom left, RESN. Alright, so it sounds like good first quarter results for this one as well. Yep, good first quarter results, which it's earnings season, so a lot of these are having good first quarters. Alright, so the next one I'm looking at is CVNA. Bottom left, or bottom right, sorry. And it is up on good first quarter results as well. It was also raised to a buy from a sell by B. Riley FBR. So CVNA good earnings also changed rating from a buy to from a sell to a buy. Next one I'm looking at is RUN, gapping up to 1080. I'm guessing a lot of these is earnings. Yeah, first quarter results. Also, they're saying California's new homes to have solar by 2020, and Sunrun shares jump nearly 6% Wednesday on news that California regulators earlier Wednesday approved new building standards that will require new homes in the state to have solar panels starting in 2020. The first state to do so, California is the #1 solar market in the U.S., with more than 5 million homes powered by solar and more than 15% of its electricity generated by solar, according to the Solar and Energy Industries Association. An industry group, other states may not be ready for this step yet, but this is a precedent-setting policy, one that will bring enormous benefits and cost savings to consumers. Right, so I guess RUN is a solar company, and that changing in regulators is making it gap up some because California is requiring solar to be installed starting in 2020 in all the homes. All right, next one I'm looking up is MRAM, M-A-R-M, M-R-A-M. I can't talk right now. All right, so M-R-A-M, MRAM. Let's look it up. Bottom right. All right, good first quarter results for this one as well. Yep, good first quarters for MRAM. All right, so two down gappers I'm watching, SNCR. Watching it under 780. All right, so it says SNCR, which is Synchronos, requires additional time to comply with NASDAQ listing requirements. SNCR, a global leader and innovator in cloud messaging, digital, and IoT products and platforms, today announced that it does not expect to regain compliance with the continued listing requirements set by the NASDAQ hearings panel prior to May 10th, 2018. SNCR continues to work diligently to complete the restatement and regain compliance with its SEC reporting obligations as soon as practicable. Although the company believes its auditors are in the final stages of completing their audit, there remain some matters that have taken longer to finalize than initially anticipated. And so that's causing SNCR to gap down. I'm sure that has a lot of people that are holding it nervous, and so they're starting to sell SNCR, and that's why it's gapping down some. And since it's basically stated it's not in compliance. NUAN is another one I'm watching. It sounds like NUAN was poor quarter 2 2018 results, and because of that is gapping down a pretty significant amount. We'll see what happens with this one as well. And yeah, that's basically my watch list today. What's up, Joe? El Gringo, Wilkin, Dog, Mitch, Shim, D. Evan. Good morning, Sean. Yeah, I did it, Dane. It was finally time for me to add that disclaimer. All right, so got a few decent watches. Watching HEAR for a short. Watching it around this previous area right here at around 1060, 1050. It's just had a lot of support and resistance there previously, so watching it over that level. I'm watching CLNE kind of for the same thing, although CLNE looks like it has a little bit larger float than HEAR. And so I'm watching this one maybe under 220, see if it can start dropping down to 2 maybe. EVHC, kind of same thing, watching it over 443, under 43, and around 44 as well. RESN around this 475 level and $5 point. CVNA under 28, over 30. I don't know why that one's not tradable. It's a bummer. Let's see. RUN under 1050, down to 10. That's kind of where I'm looking to short it if it drops under there. MRAM. Let's see if this one gets rejected at 9. May try to short it down to 8. SNCR, watching it under this low of the day at 290. If it can crack under there, I may look to get in short. Also, NUAN, same kind of thing here. If it can crack under this $13 $12.98 level, may look to get in short on this one as well. If it starts to break 1350, you know, it may start changing that trend. So we'll watch that. Same thing with SNCR. If it starts to push up and breaks 850, I'm going to reconsider it as well. CLNE, I think a French oil and gas company bought a 20% stake in CLNE, or a 25% stake in CLNE, and so that's why it's ultimately gapping up. But yeah, the catalyst for CLNE, if I remember correctly, it was a French oil and gas company purchased a 25% stake in CLNE, which is clean energy, and so that's why it's moving. What's up, Power Zone? Man, that's rough, Power Zone. You can't drink and trade, man. That's a horrible idea. All right, so we got a few good movers today. I'm still kind of looking to see if I can find anything else that I may have missed. Oh, WKHS. I know I got a few people talking about that one. You know, it's kind of tough. This one I don't really like. I don't know which way this one's gonna go. It's tough to tell because I mean it gapped down, but then it pushed all the way back up, almost to that 303 area where it closed. I mean, if I had to choose, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea with WKHS. The volume isn't very high, and it's just confusing. It went down to 265, bounced all the way back up to 287. So I have no idea what this one's gonna do. The volume's too low for me to really like trading it. And you can see mostly during the day, like it doesn't really move too much. Very low volume throughout most of the day, so I just don't like it. What's up, Frank? Good morning, T-Dot. Yeah, Wednesdays. I'm horrible at Wednesdays, man. DCIX. Wilkin. Yeah, I mean, this should have been the one. I mean, here's the thing. Like, a lot of times, if I wait and trade all day, I usually do okay. Like, this would have been a great short here. Exactly what I look for in shorts. You can see what I really look for. It broke under the low of the day. That previous support turned into resistance. And not only was it a low of the day break, I used to preach about this all the time. And it's really important for traders to understand, I think, as well, is that the more setups and the more patterns that are going on simultaneously, so the more patterns that are going on at the same time, the better your odds are ultimately going to be in that trade. And if you think about why, it's because more people are watching for it. And so it's going to have twice the momentum. So for instance, this one broke the low of the day, which just so happened to be at 250, and then held 250, which was also the low of the day, as resistance. And then it dropped really nicely. And it's gapping down some. So all the way down 199 from 250. And so, sometimes I think I maybe should trade for most of the day. Every time I've done an all-day stream, sometimes I have bad luck at the beginning, but as time goes by, I usually end up bouncing back and having a green day. Yeah, I can't trade CVNA. I don't know why this one's not tradable. It should be. But it's not tradable in TradeNet, unfortunately. I don't know why. Might be watching RUN. Kind of see what it will do here. EVHC starting to push up. Maybe start test that 4430 level. All right, so watching RUN. Biggest watch is obviously HEAR. HEAR, biggest watch. Watching EVHC. These are probably my 4 biggest watches today. Maybe DCIX. It all just depends on how DCIX acts. Watching SNCR and NUAN for shorts as well. But I know it's earnings season, but we've had a lot of gappers and movers today. And so hopefully the market continues acting like this and it'll be a good summer. Most of the time summers are very slow. Yeah, that's ultimately what I'm watching HEAR for as well. You guys got to help me, man. You guys got to help me stay strong. Today I'm trying to quit smoking those e-cigs. I'm ready to quit, man. And so I haven't used one all morning today and all yesterday afternoon. I'm kind of getting cravings for them right now. I got to just stay away from them. But it's tough. But I'm trying to quit that. I also got to eat healthier. Yeah, I'm definitely watching here for a short. Watching it under 1060, 1050 or so. Down to maybe under 10 if it starts to crack that low. But let's see, yesterday nothing really washed that I liked. You know, it was tough to trade yesterday because a lot of the big gappers didn't fail like they usually do. A lot of them just started breaking out. Yeah, VTVT looks good as well, but I can't trade VTVT on U stock, I don't think. But it looks good as well. That's a great idea, T-Dot. I might try that, man. So I don't know. It's just they're the store-bought ones. I don't know what level they are. I mean, here's the thing. Like, they can. I've quit cold turkey before, you know. CLNE is actually acting very similar to VTVT. Oh no, it's okay, Tony. I hope you're doing okay. RGSE. Look at RGSE moving. I like this one as well. But, I mean, honestly, this one's up so much. I'm a little bit more short biased with it, too. I'm pretty sure I can trade this one. Yeah, I can trade this one, so. Watching RGSE as well. Like I said, I'm more short biased with it just because it's up so much already. It's up from 98 cents yesterday, so big move. Got all the way as high as 64 cents though, but it's got a lot of resistance above it, and so I'm actually more short biased. May look to short this one, depending on how it acts at the open. Yeah, the biggest thing that I dislike about them insurance, and I wouldn't say I'm necessarily like an unhealthy guy, you know, like I'm like 5'11", 170, so I'm actually very average, but I eat I eat very unhealthy. Like I love nachos. I eat nachos too much. And I smoke those e-cigs all day. Like I was telling my wife, like I never stop smoking it. Like I'm holding that thing all day, and it can't be good for me just with that much. If I smoked that thing like I did a regular cigarette when I used to smoke cigarettes, it wouldn't be as bad. But I smoke that thing all day. I never stop. And so it's like cigarettes, you take a break. E-cigs, you just hit those things all day, and it's just bad for me. All right, guys. Market opens up in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I might actually do that, Mitch. I'm actually thinking about doing that. That might be a good idea, actually. I would have to go buy one of those because, like, I just buy the disposable E6 now. Like, I used to have the e-juice one, but when my son was born, it's just too dangerous just because, kids can find that e-juice and think it's like candy because it's all sweet and stuff. And so I just started buying the disposable ones because they're safer for having kids around. Um, but that's a good idea. Just buy, you know, just buy non-nicotine vape juice. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to too. I mean, I can quit cold turkey. I usually do pretty well with it. Like I've done it before, you know. Yeah, well, insurance, man. Usually what I do is usually I don't even use nacho cheese. Like what I do is like I get chili from the store and I get ground beef and I put chili and ground beef and then shredded cheddar cheese on top with guacamole and I heat it up in the microwave for like a minute, you know. And then I eat it. And it's like my favorite food, but I eat it way too much and it's not good for me. But it's really good. It tastes good, but it's not good for me at all. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do, dog. The biggest thing is like my wife. I talked to her about it last night. She's gonna try to quit too, but she's still smoking them today. And right now, I'm not using them at all. Right. Yeah, that might be true, Mitch. Yeah, I mean, usually, like, I mean, I don't eat that unhealthy. Like, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and like my wife and I, we juice. But like, I have a few like vice foods that I eat like regularly, and one of those is nachos. Another one of those is like chili cheese hot dogs, which I know are horrible for me as well. And I mean, I'm only 30, so I'm not, you know, I'm still fairly young being 30, but I'm definitely not 20 anymore, you know. All right, guys, market's opening up in 2 minutes. All right, yeah. Time to focus. All right, watching RUN. It's pushing up to 11. CLNE. Moving some as well. Got a lot of kind of volume here with some of these stocks. HEAR starting to push up some. Keeping an eye on DCIX on my other monitor. MRAM at 895. Keeping an eye on that. NUAN just broke under the lows, but I'm still watching SNCR. You can see NUAN broke under the lows. Still watching SNCR here. Under the 790 level. Watching RUN, see what happens at 11, see if it gets rejected there. Kind of see how it acts. We got about 30 seconds left, guys. Good luck, everyone. All right, guys, we got 15 seconds. Good luck. All right, guys, market's opening right now. All right, so there's the open. Sorry, I don't have my volume on my computer this morning, so you couldn't hear the bell, but there's the open right there. All right, so here's some movement. ABIO. Here goes RUN failing some, RGSC failing. CLNE washing. Here's the low of the day break on HEAR. RUN, RGSE, everything's kind of washing today after everything pushed up yesterday. Watching CLNE. RUN crashing. VT's kind of pushing up some. Bouncing back a little bit now. All right, there's RUN breaking under 1050. All right, so I'm going to look to see if RUN can push up, test 1050, and then come back down. Nice, Mitch. Congrats, man. Good trade. RUN, I mean, I was kind of looking to short it, but it just didn't give me an entry. Everything just kind of kept falling, so same thing with RGSE. There goes VT, starting to head up some. Alright, so I'm actually in VT with a small share size. I'll let it work a little while. Try to let it work and move. I'm still watching HEAR here. And also watching SNCR for that short. Yeah, VT just, it faked me out. Like, it broke the high of the day. It's down to 250 now. Luckily, I'm on Robinhood, and I'm using a really small sizing, so it's not too bad. But, faked me out, man. Alright, so RUN is the next one I'm kind of keeping an eye on here. Especially if it can't get over this $half area. I'm watching RUN closely here. Okay, yeah, I'm getting out of VT. I mean, I'll give it a little second to hold over 250. If not, I'm just bailing out. NUAN starting to crack under the lows here. HEAR is just choppy. Just a chop fest right now. Waiting for that break. Oh, sorry guys. Kind of watching MRAM and still keeping my own SNCR. KOSS. All right, I'm watching the short RGSE. CVNA would have been a beautiful short right now. You can see CVNA cracked under the lows here. Really, I don't like it until it can hold that previous support as resistance. We'll give it some time. SNCR starting to crack some. Watching it pretty closely under 790. There goes HEAR bouncing back some. NUAN washing some as well. NUAN dropping under the low of the day and continues to fall here. This should have been one I watched. Beautiful drop. Just missed it. Watching DCIX for a short though, especially if it cracks under 180. There goes here. Breaking under the lows here. Very choppy though. Yeah, look how choppy HEAR is. This is one of the stocks I just don't like touching. So choppy. It's got like a dollar range from its choppiness. Look at this upwick. This upwick is 60 cents. And so it's got a 60-cent upwick, which is crazy. Just because of that, I just don't like it. KOSS. I know you guys have been talking about this one. Look at this move. DCIX. I'm watching DCIX under this 180 level. If it breaks under 180, I may jump in short on DCIX. We'll see. Watching RUN under 1040 here. Yeah, VT just crashed. Glad I got out when I did for a small loss. Alright, so I'm shorting RUN here with 50 shares. Spread's a little bad though. Maybe should have been paying attention to that. Alright, so let's see if this one can end up working out for me on RUN. VT washing hard. But man, look at HEAR. This thing has not really chosen any type of direction all day. Wow, look at ABIO. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I completely missed ABIO. Look at this move here. Beautiful washout long. Perfect washout long. Broke the pre-market high as well as the high of the day. But man, look at that crazy move. Absolutely ridiculous on ABIO. That thing is going crazy today. MARAM is moving up as well. I guess I'm just going to put here on the other watch list, or on my other monitor. It's just not doing anything. There we go. Alright, so I'm obviously looking for RUN to continue dropping. The spread's a little big on it right now. And so I just wanted to keep dropping, maybe test this low down there. Spread's getting a little bit better, but it needs to keep dropping. Look at ABIO starting to test that high of the day. Crazy move. Alright, so the high of the day is at 84 cents. On ABIO, it's testing up there now. It's slowly kind of creeping up. PTIE. Alright, there goes ABIO breaking the high. This thing's moving up. Well, for a little while, RUN looked decent. I guess it's just not as overextended as it should have been. Waiting to see how much this can hold as resistance, this 1040 level. The spread's just gnarly on it. So there goes HEAR. You see HEAR here. Finally making its move. Breaking the high of the day here. We'll see if it can hold over 12 now. This is kind of the crucial level I'm watching. 12 on HEAR. Had a big day today. Gapping up in pre-market. Aside from that, everything's been pretty choppy today. Just like yesterday. Everything was choppy yesterday as well. There goes HEAR up to 1230, making its move finally. Up to 1245, 1250. Big move on HEAR. I'm starting to wonder if the market's starting to come back some here. Everything was washing out today. I'll let RUN test 1050. If it breaks 1050 and holds over it, I'll just bail out of it. Yeah. See, that's just gross, man. Yeah, if I look back, I mean, this one, I should have gotten out when it broke this 1040 level. That should have been my cue to jump out of it. And I just got stubborn with it. HEAR, still looking strong here. Yeah, I'm looking at MARM. Watching it around this 980 level. It's pulling back some. We'll see how it acts at 950 for MRAM. Of course, man. RUN just washing me out. This week's been tough to trade. It's been a lot tougher than last week. Alright, so I'm watching DCIX here. DCIX is really close to breaking these lows. That's kind of the area I'm watching. I swear, if RUN ends up cracking under these lows again and going the same direction, just from this little bitty up wick, I'm going to be very aggravated. REV? Nope, not tradable. This is frustrating. Alright, so here's my shorts on HEAR. Not HER, DCIX. HEAR starting to push up, maybe break this high right here. There it goes, flagging nicely with HEAR. What? Did they really take DCIX off? What? Oh, I've been watching DCIX for the short. TradeNet, take them off, man. Those, I'm not even gonna say it. Stupid risk management. They don't want people to get in good setups. That's stupid. All right, SNCR, I guess is my next watch. Look at this. Let's try to jump in here. Very aggravating. Watching SNCR under 8 now. All right, HEIR being very bullish here this morning. All right, so here's the wash on SNCR. All right, so I'm in SNCR with 100 shares. Very obvious risk. If it breaks over 803 or 804, I'm just going to jump out. I can't lie, I'm craving those e-cigs though. Hey, appreciate it, Seven. Thanks for the $5 donation, man. That's awesome, bro. Thanks, man. I might go buy one of those non-nicotine e-cigs now. I'm trying to quit, but I appreciate it, Seven. Thanks, bro. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Alright, so let's see if SNCR can do what I want it to now. I mean, obviously my ultimate goal with SNCR is for it to break under 790 and continue falling. Now, I don't know how likely that is, but it's, you know, that's kind of my ultimate goal with this one. Yeah, appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, no problem, man. Welcome. I do this every weekday morning from 8:45 a.m. until about 10:30 market time. Maybe a little bit earlier is when I close it down. But yeah, I'm not a new trader. I'm still I'm not a expert trader. I'm not a guru or anything like that. I'm still fairly new. Only been trading for about 9 months, 10 months actually, regularly. And so I'm still a new trader for the most part, man. And I just let people watch me trade so they can learn. All right, so there's a nice drop in SNCR. Let's see if we can get it to crack under this low right here at 790. That's kind of the big level I'm watching. Get under 790. That's obviously the level I want is 790. Let's get under here. Let's see if it can crack. If it does crack, I'm going to be very quick to get out of this thing. Hopefully it'll wash out more. A little scared it's going to bounce here though. HEAR breaking the high again here. Man, look at this level 2, it's just stacked. This is the part that has me the most nervous in this trade. I'm worried it's going to bounce. I'm going to go ahead and get out here. If it breaks, I may jump in again with 100 shares. So if it breaks, I may jump again, but I'm just going to bank my profit as of now. I'm using Thinkorswim and Ustock. Or TradeNet. I'm sorry. I'm using TradeNet and Thinkorswim. So I'm using TradeNet to execute my trades. I'm using Thinkorswim to... Yeah, I definitely should have held. This is what's wrong with me as a trader. I'm using TradeNet to execute my trades. I'm using Thinkorswim for charting. Alright, so here's the crack under the low here. Preferably what I'd like to see is a push back up, a test of 790. Oh, yeah, missed out on big gains there. Would have been green on the day after this. Man, this is the problem I have with TradeNet. I try to get in stuff, it doesn't fill me. It says order rejected, too close to price. What does that even mean? Oh, would have been up 20 bucks on this trade. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. I'm so aggravated with this trade right now, guys. So aggravated. I don't know why I jumped out. I got out for a $6 profit instead of what would have been a $20 profit because fear. Fear is what kills you in trading, guys. And this is exactly why. You can watch me and learn from this. Fear is what gets you in trading. But man, look at that. Would have been a beautiful trade. Honestly, I mean, my trade idea was correct. You know, very correct. I got in at 796. So right here is when I got in this trade. And I could have wrote it down to 775. Made a big gain, you know. Would have been a beautiful trade. Unfortunately, I let fear get the best of me. I know, man. Well, no, I mean, here's the thing, dog. I got out before the low of the day, just in case it would bounce. So there was support and resistance where I got out, and I will kind of defend that, because a lot of times they'll get rejected at the low of the day. And so there was that, but my ultimate plan with that trade, like I think I even called it out, my ultimate plan with that one was to let it test the low of the day and hopefully break the low of the day. You know, and so that's just my fault. That's just my emotions getting the best of me. I mean, my trade ideas are correct, and I've gotten pretty decent at kind of spotting, you know, setups and patterns I like, but in this case, it just didn't work out. I'm watching it under 775 here. Little worried it's going to rebound right back, though. And I'm going to let FOMO get the best of me here. Yeah, I probably won't jump back in SNCR. Not unless it starts to look extremely weak. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times this is about to happen to me today. Every time I try to enter a trade, order rejected, too close to close price. It's like I'm getting in on it like a limit order, but it's like an unspecified limit order, you know? And like it goes in my direction every time after that. Yeah, sometimes it's greed that kills me. And so I gotta understand that, but frustrating regardless. I mean, here's the thing, like I'm bummed out it was a losing trade. I need to get my hotkey set up first off. I'm bummed out it was a losing trade. I have a little bit of confidence that it was correct and that it would have been a very profit. I mean, it wasn't a losing trade. It was a winning trade, but I'm bummed out I missed this. I missed more of the gain, you know? Yeah, that's a good idea, DMP. Appreciate that. I mean, I think it's a too late. I don't want to chase it anymore. But look at this. This would have been, I mean, this is the trade to watch. This is, you know, this is what I was really waiting for all day. And I mean, I'm not too upset I didn't jump into it, but this is kind of what I was looking for. I mean, I'm also getting cravings for nicotine, so I don't think that really helps. But I'll stick with it. I mean, it was a profitable trade, although extremely small. But man, my trade idea was spot on though with SNCR. Yeah, here's still pushing up. Here, I mean, it's too risky ultimately for me. I'm kind of bummed. SNCR was my go-to setup. This is the one, like, this is the one I was watching out of the most, one of the most on all of these. And you can see it drops 40 cents, 45 cents. And I got out with like a 6-cent gain. But hey, I'm still a new trader, guys. If you think I'm an expert or some guru, you know, you're wrong. I don't think I'm a bad trader, you know. Like I said, out of the last 8 days, I've had 2 losing days. And so I don't think I'm a bad trader necessarily, but I don't think I'm an expert trader at all. Why SNCR? Just because it set a very obvious low right here. Like you can see, if you look at this gap down, all right, so it's gapping down. It had very obvious support right here at $8. It bounced off at 8 and also right down here at 791 for the final kind of low of pre-market break. And so my plan was to, you know, wait for it to break under the lows. And then once it broke under it, one thing it did that I really liked is that it broke under it and it held it as resistance. So not only did it break under 8 right here, it held it as resistance every time it tried to pop back over it. And so that's kind of my go-to short setup. And it worked out great. I just needed to hold it a little bit longer. You know, now I think it's a little bit extended. I think it's just down so much already that I don't really want to necessarily chase it. Yeah, that's what I need to focus on, what I want it to do instead of what I'm scared it will do. You know, I think that will help me be a better trader. Oh, also, I'm just now seeing the subscribers. Robert, appreciate the sub, man. And Muhammad, appreciate it, man. Welcome, guys. Sorry, I don't have the volume turned up on my computer today. Yeah, that was really the perfect setup, man. And it's okay. Like, one thing I'm realizing here, you know, for me to do as well as I did the last 2 weeks, like for me to have, you know, 5 profitable days in a row and out of a week and a half only have 1 losing day, for me to do that well, you know, I understand that like my skills as a trader are definitely getting much better. And so even though I'm having red days, I think I'm learning to handle my losses a little bit more. And understand that red days are going to happen, but my confidence is so high just because, you know, I'm starting to do much better as a trader. The biggest thing with this is there's fear in the trade. You know, fear. I think I saw just a small gain. I could bring my loss a little bit down on the day. And so that one thing I really noticed is that I have a lot of fear of losing. Like, I hate losing. You know what I mean? And so if I can learn how to lose, I think my trading will be much better. All right, so I'm watching this one at 750 now. All right, so here's breaking over the high of the day here. And like, even though I'm having losing days, even though I've had a losing day today, you know, my confidence is pretty high. I just know that my trade ideas are correct a decent percentage of the time. And so because of that, you know, it's actually a possibility that I could become like a professional trader where I actually do this for a living. And so my confidence is pretty high just because I can see the consistency I have. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that consistency. And so it's just about kind of tweaking my skills a little bit more, and more importantly, tweaking my emotions to be able to handle losses a little bit better. You know, if I could do that, once I start using larger sizing, I should be fine. You know, it's just going to take a little bit of time to use that bigger sizing. Alright, so right now I'm watching MRAM here. MRAM. If it cracks under this low at 880 and then holds that area as resistance, I may jump in going short. This one's had a pretty crazy range all day today though, and so I'm going to be very careful with it, but that's kind of the level I'm watching on MRAM. Crack under this low at 880, and then I want to see that previous support turn into resistance. Mental stops more so, Mike. Just the reason I said mental stops is because a lot of times you'll see a stock just push up and crack like a previous support and resistance level and just immediately drop back down. And so if that happens, I don't want to get stuck out of a I don't want to get stopped out of a trade by just somebody trying to trigger my stop losses, by market makers trying to trigger my stop losses and stuff like that. And so I'd much prefer to just use a mental stop and just exit if I see something I don't like, you know. Yeah, I don't really have any debt, and bills I'm okay, you know. It's just I think it's more than anything. I think it's more. Um, I don't want to lose my TradeNet account, and I know I'm going to talk to TradeNet and see though. But I think I can use one more intro account, but after that I have to buy I have to buy a student account, which is substantially more expensive. And so it's just kind of like my emotions with that adding into my trading, you know, not wanting to take big losses, you know, trying to maintain my TradeNet account as much as I can while I'm still learning, you know. But like I said, you know, what I did the last week and a half where I had, you know, where I had 8 profitable days and only 1 losing trade in 8 days. You know, I traded every day for those 8 days and I only had 1 losing trade. Even though my gains were really small, just me being able to do that gives me so much confidence in my trading, because I know um, that's kind of beyond luck. You know what I mean? For me to have 8 profitable or 8 trading days and only have literally 1 losing trade out of multiple trades in 8 days where I traded every day, you know, that's kind of beyond luck. I mean, statistically, I could be that lucky, but it's very unlikely. You know what I mean? And so just me being able to do that has given me some confidence. Now I just know I have to kind of hone in my skills, tweak them a little bit. More important than anything is just managing my emotions. You know, if I could do that, you know, I got this, but it's going to take a little time. All right, so watching MRAM here, a very big kind of crazy spread, which makes me not like it as much. Spreads 77 to 89, so 12-cent spread. Here's going, trying to crack under the lows. Earnings, I believe, Randy. Yeah, I mean, my son's home from school again today. I don't want to blame it on that though. I think with SNCR, it's just kind of it's what I usually do when I get scared out of a trade, and so that's something I really have to focus on. I think I have to forget about it. Something somebody suggested to me, which I may start trying to do from now on, is to remove my profit and loss. Like, just completely remove my profit and loss, and so I don't have to watch what I'm making in that trade. You know, only show me where I entered, where I exited, and stuff like that. Just not even look at my profit and loss. Like, completely remove it from my screen, you know. And so that way I'll just stick to my plan. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, and it's not going to affect me as much, you know. So Joe, this is a TradeNet account, so the best way I can describe it, it's kind of like a prop firm. I paid $500 and they gave me 14,000 in buying power, and I have a $700 max loss. And so if I go over $700 in losses, they close my account down. Um, and it's kind of like a prop firm. There's a profit split. I keep 70% of my profits. If I make them, they keep 30%. And that's basically what this is. It's TradeNet. All right, and so I'm starting to watch MRAM here. This one gapped up overnight from 7:30 or 7:40 to about 9. So a big gap for this one, over 10% for sure. Waiting for it to break under these lows right here at 880s, 875, 880. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Like, although you want to look at profit, I'm not saying completely remove it. I'm saying put my profit and loss. Like, I could do this to where I can only see, I could just move this over to where I can't see my profit and loss. You know what I mean? Until after the trade's done. Set a very obvious stop loss and a very, very obvious price target. And so if it, I just have a plan before I get into it. If it does something I don't like, get out of it. But ignore the profit and loss because that's what kind of scares me out of the trade. All right, so HEAR starting to wash some. RGSE, I mean, I should have been watching RGSE today as well. Like, if you look at RGSE here, this one gave a lot of opportunities to short. What I always say is I want to see that previous support turn into resistance. Perfect examples of it here on RGSE. This should have been a good play as well. Just missed it. RGSE continuing to fall here. The only reason I'm not jumping in now, especially even if it breaks this low, is because it's probably got a ton of support at $1. So I think it'll probably bounce off of 1. I mean, today wasn't a horrible day. I had one winner, one loser. I mean, if I would have held SNCR, today would have been a really nice winner. And so that's kind of what I'm bummed out about. But aside from that, I mean, a very small loss on the day. I appreciate the sub, Grim. Sorry, I'm just not seeing it. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Also, shout back out to 7 for that $5 donation, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, I am kind of getting cravings for nicotine. I gotta be honest. It kind of sucks. Oof. I just gotta tell myself it's better for me. Now that I'm 30 years old, I gotta like start eating healthy. I gotta start exercising more, and I have to quit smoking those electric cigarettes, man. That's the biggest problem I have right now. That's rough insurance, man. You'll bounce back, bro. Ronald says, should I go for RGSE after 1? You mean long or short? I just think RGSE is down so much already. You know, as you see, I always have it like I'm not an investment professional. I do not give investment advice for profit. You always have to make your own assessment of the market and trade responsibly. Now, with that being said, I think RGSE is down so much already. I think it'll probably bounce at $1. It's had a lot of support there previously, but you never really can know. If it does crack under 1 and start looking really weak. All right, so here is MRAM. Here's kind of the drop I was looking for. Yeah, I eat tons of red meat, man. I love burgers. And so I eat so much red meat that I think that's probably an issue with me as well. Yeah, but will it make me fail a drug test, Salty? It all depends. I mean, if it makes me, and besides, I'm in Texas, and so I think that stuff's kind of strict. I don't have any problem with that stuff. The only reason I don't like, you know, I don't have any problem with that type of stuff, Salty. The only reason I don't do it is because I don't want to risk getting my kids taken away for something stupid like that. I don't really see anything wrong with it, morally speaking, though. I actually see something wrong with restricting it morally, but you know, who knows? Right, I think I probably would fail, man. That's the biggest thing. Alright, so MRAM is starting to kind of bounce back. We'll see. The next one I'm watching today is just MRAM. I'm just going to set an alert with it and come back to it if it eventually breaks under there. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. So far, a very small loss on the day. So that makes it 2 wins this week, 2 losses. So, you know, basically even this week with 2 wins and 2 losses. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it if you do, and it does help support us. Also, if you appreciate this content and want to help support our channel, just click the like button right now, and it definitely helps support us, so I appreciate it if everybody could do me a favor and click the like button right now in this video. But yeah, guys, very small loss on the day. 1 winning trade, 1 losing trade. If I would have held SNCR, it would have been a huge winner. And so I just got kind of spooked out of the trade. Definitely need to work on that. But my trade idea was fairly correct for the most part. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. And I'll see you all later. I should be able to put a watch list video out later on today. Sorry I haven't been able to put watch list videos out. My son's school called us yesterday and he spiked another fever at school, and so we had to pick him up, and it's just kind of been hectic the last few days. But I should be able to put a watch list video out tonight as well. And so yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Everybody click the like button on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, guys.